everyone. Welcome to episode 39 of Workshop Wednesday. We've done 39 of these already. Today we're going to be doing a very special one. We're going to be painting on pumpkins. But before we get started with that, I want to say thanks for HEB helping here. They've made this possible for us, and we would like to thank them. We also have a giveaway, just like always. We have a baking kit. We have a little mini waffle maker here, along with some other things like ingredients and some other kind of kitchen utensils that you might see. And that is, again, going to be given out this weekend. So if you signed up for a kit, you should be already entered for the giveaway. But if you want to have an extra entry into the giveaway, all you have to do is participate online. So either tag us on Instagram or Facebook during this video, or even comment down in the video, and you will get a second entry for the giveaway. Okay? So now that we got that out of the way, we're going to start on the actual video, which is painting on a pumpkin. I have a kit here, and I'm going to be going over what is inside the kit. Again, if you didn't have a chance to get one of these, you can always follow along at home. The materials are not too, they're things that you might find at home, so it's nothing that you couldn't kind of replace. Okay, so inside we should have gotten, the biggest thing would be a pumpkin, which is this one, like this one right here. You get a pumpkin. I don't know if you have painted on pumpkins before, but this is certainly going to be my first time as well. You also get 3 colors of paint. Here we go. I have yellow, orange, and black. You might have gotten different colors, but I'm going to be going over on how to kind of get the most out of the colors that you got, okay? Next would be this is palette paper. So if you never used this before, it's kind of like a palette for painting, kind of like a wooden palette that you might see a painter hold, kind of like this, and then they kind of mix colors. We're going to mix our colors here on this paper, the small one. Okay, you should have also gotten a brush, a small brush, a Sharpie. This is actually the stem for the pumpkin. I think mine fell. There we go. And then you should have gotten a Q-tip. And I'm going to show you how to use it later on. And that's going to be kind of towards the end. Okay. You also should have gotten a piece of paper. I think it's rice paper. And you can just put it right like this and put the pumpkin on it. I just don't want you all to make a mess wherever you're painting. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and put the bag over here. So things that you might want at home or get from home is a cup of water, just in case you're thinking about mixing colors and things like that, and some paper, which is for cleaning your brush. So I'm going to put these here as well, but again, these do not come in your kit. Okay, so before we get started, I would like to kind of show you all a little bit about the colors that I gave you. So I gave you, everyone should have received black paint. So that's for sure that you got. And then sometimes, I mean, you should have received either yellow, orange, blue, or green. And I'm going to show you how to mix them. Over here on my right, I have a poster on how to mix colors. So you can see red and blue. We have violet in the middle. So mixing red and blue will give you violet. And then red and yellow will give you orange. Yellow and blue will give you green. So let's say you want to really paint orange, but you only have red and yellow. You can mix those colors, and you would be able to get orange. So, okay, I'm going to get started with painting. So I'm going to go ahead and open my orange color here. So if I wanted a darker orange, I would mix a little bit of black with our orange. So I'm going to go ahead and do that right now, so you would see. So I'm going to put some orange over here. And then with a smaller brush, I'm going to get a little bit of black. Just a little bit. as I mix, I want to make sure that I put a lot more orange than black, just because black is a very dark color, so it's very dominant. But I want kind of like a brownish orange color, maybe. That might be a bit too brown for me, so I'm just going to keep on adding more orange. So there we go. So that's kind of like the color that I want. It's still orange, but it has a little bit of brown in it. It's a bit darker. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and just start applying the color. This is going to be our base color. We're going to paint over it, of course. I might just do part of it. We'll see how it goes. But for sure, you guys can do the entire pumpkin. And as you are using your colors, make sure to keep on mixing. So a pumpkin is a very, I would say, obscure thing to paint on. There are many artists that are known for painting on different things. But I wonder how many of you all have painted on pumpkins before. It certainly is a cool way to make like decorations for the holidays. In just a bit, I'm going to be telling you guys what we're painting on it. And it's going to be something pretty simple, so I'm going to expect you all to follow along. It's not going to be too hard. It's not going to be an image of something or an animal or something, or a creature, yeah, for Halloween. But you'll see in just a bit. Okay, I'm almost done. Guess I can do maybe 3/4. Make sure you go all the way down. Ceniceros? The Ceniceros family? Glad you all are able to watch the video. So I went with orange. That's kind of basic, but because I'm kind of serving as a demonstration, I felt like orange would be a good color, but you all can, again, maybe a yellow color or a green color would be pretty nice.
Pumpkins do come in different colors.
They do, yeah. A lot of people are surprised when they see a white one, kind of like the one we bought here.
We have Hema and Ellie as well.
Hello, Hema and Ellie. Okay. And again, if you put, the more paint you put on it, I guess the longer it's going to take for you all to, or for it to dry. So because I'm doing this live, so I think I'm just putting a very thin layer on it, trying to get something done.
We also have Amelia and Mateo.
Hello, Emilia and Mateo.
Lots of people joining in.
Nice. Okay. Go. This is going to be the face up. Okay, might as well finish the whole pumpkin, just because I've done so much already. I think that maybe red would be a really cool color for a pumpkin. Or purple. Or maybe you can even add a little bit of red and orange and brown in there to make it seem very natural. All right, we're almost done.
Hermie and Lauren joining.
Hello, Hermie and Lauren.
I know they're doing a lot.
Okay, yeah, so make sure you use your paper here to mix. I don't want you all mixing on the floor. Okay, I'm just about done. There we go. Okay. Okay, so that kind of finishes the first layer that we're going to be working on. Again, it's the base layer, so it could have been any color, and then you can always add to it. Right now, I want to teach you all, or I guess tell you all about an artist called Yayoi. She is called Yayoi Kusama. So you can see her here, and one of her artworks is right here, actually. She is known for painting a bunch of dots on all over her artwork. So she got kind of famous for that, or recognized for that. She has painted on different things, kind of like furniture. She has painted dots on furniture. She's painted on walls. She's painted on pumpkins, which is why we are going to be doing the same. So, so what we're going to be painting is a bunch of dots all over the pumpkin, but I'm going to be doing it in a way where it has some kind of organization to it. So it's not going to be just random, even though you all can just randomly put dots there. I'm going to teach you all kind of what I've learned from seeing her work. And again, I have an image here, so you can see it, and I have more images here. Go. And for the dots, we're not going to be using a brush, or at least I am not. I'm going to be using the Q-tip that comes with the kit. So that's going to make it a lot easier for you all to make little dots and little kind of smaller detail. Okay. I'm going to put my brush in the water. And then I'm going to grab my black paint here and use the Q-tip as a brush. And this is the main kind of idea for this, is to show you all that you can use different things as brushes. You don't necessarily need a brush to paint. You can even use, of course I don't want you all to get too messy, but you can even use your finger. You can use maybe a coin. Even in college I had to use different things like that to make a piece of artwork. So y'all can kind of get creative in that way. And since we're painting dots, this is kind of perfect for that. So I'm going to go ahead and dip it where the black is. And as you see, pumpkins aren't really flat. They have all these grooves on them going downwards. So we're going to try to follow that, okay? And by now it should be dry. It is very dry. It dries pretty fast. So we're going to draw. I'm going to draw small dots going downwards where the grooves are. Just kind of like that. Let's see. Remember, we're following the lines of the pumpkin. So pumpkins are very, very textured. They have a very cool texture to them.
The Garza family joining.
Hello, Garzas, the Garzas. I hope you all can catch up. I haven't done too much yet. Again, I have just simply put a first layer on it, a coat of orange paint, and then I'm already going ahead and adding the decorations, okay? You can see there how I am kind of following where the lines are of the pumpkin. And I think the trick to making this look good is adding a variation of smaller dots and bigger dots. So we don't want to just add a bunch of small ones. We're gonna add some bigger ones in just a bit. Okay. Now I'm going to go ahead and add the bigger ones, and the bigger ones are going to be in between the lines that I created here. So right in between, just going to make something like that. And this part, you also want to be careful because you don't want to smudge the paint, the black paint that you're putting on. So be aware of where you put your fingers. And we're just drawing circles. Again, guys, go ahead and comment down below in the video if you maybe you're using a different color, or if you've ever painted in pumpkins before or on pumpkins.
What you're gonna be for Halloween.
Or maybe, yeah, what are you going to be for Halloween, or what are your plans during Halloween? I know this year it's going to be on a Monday, which is a bit of a bummer, but you can always celebrate the day before, right, on a Sunday. Or Saturday, the weekend before. Okay?
We also have Sadie and Cindy from Sullivan City.
Hello, Sadie and Sydney. Is that far away, Sullivan City? Okay, so I'm just doing one side right now so you all can see. So we have small dots, and then we have the bigger ones, okay? So now we're going to have, I guess we need to have an in-between one, so some medium-sized ones. Those will be kind of on the side, right next to the small ones. Just kind of like that. And just make sure they're just a bit bigger. And again, it's following the line that we kind of set up for ourselves. I am. So I am pressing harder to get bigger dots, bigger circles. So that's one way to get bigger circles. Just kind of press hard and then kind of let it sit for a while. Yeah, that's a good idea. You all can also use the back of the paintbrush, and that will give you a dot. I'm going to try it right now in just a bit. Okay, and then from there you can make even just slightly bigger circles. Kind of like that. And again, you're just going to press a bit more. Okay, there we go. Just press and kind of let it go. After a while, take a kind of half a second to leave it there, and I just kind of, I think, smushed one. There we go. And then if we follow that throughout the entire pumpkin, we should be getting something that looks relatively like how Yayoi paints. Okay, so I was going to try the back of the brush. Let's see how that works. Okay, something like that. And then you can kind of, yeah, it works. I guess that even works better if you're trying to get more consistent looking dots. So if you want them to be like all the same size, you can do that. Also, the dots, you can always use a different color. You don't have to use black. But yeah, we're just trying to kind of keep with the theme of how Yayoi does it. And she usually uses black for when she's working with pumpkins. She has other works of art where she's using all types of colors for her paintings and installations. But I think black just kind of stands out, and we don't have to worry about maybe our first color being too dark and not being able to see the dots. Okay, I'm going to jump back with the Q-tip. I think it's just a bit faster. So by the end, if you do finish the entire pumpkin, I wonder how many dots are going to be on the pumpkin. Maybe y'all can count. So dots actually, the reason why she started painting dots is because one time she saw a big field of flowers, and that stretched so far that it started kind of blurring, right? Because things that are very far, it's kind of hard to see. It kind of looked like a bunch of dots far in the distance, which is how she got the idea of just painting a bunch of dots everywhere. And she also used a bunch of different colors, meaning different flowers. So if you think about it as we're looking at dots being flowers, I guess it kind of puts another perspective on it. But then she kind of went on with it, and everything that she did, she just kept on doing dots, and that's how she became recognized. She also, which is pretty cool, she's painted on a horse, a live horse, and then she, of course, the horse was probably just washed down afterwards, but it was part of a piece of artwork, which is pretty insane. I've never done anything like that. I think the craziest thing I've painted on is probably what we're doing right now, a pumpkin. But yeah, she's done it pretty much all. She's done everything. And her installations are actually very big. It's not just the painting of a pumpkin. Sometimes she'll even construct a pumpkin using like 3D materials. So an actual pumpkin, maybe the size of probably me, and then she'll paint on it. And then she'll paint the entire walls, and then she'll let people kind of go inside the room. So it's kind of more of a experience to go see her work. It's not going to be just kind of like going to see any painting that you might see at other museums or other exhibits. So I think that's probably the reason why her work kind of got recognized, just because of how much detail and how much work she puts into her art. Yeah, very different. You're never going to see anything like what she does. Okay, so you can see there we have a variation of small dots, big dots, and then tiny ones as well. So you can see it there, and that's going to make your pumpkin look a lot more interesting. You can even kind of throw in a even bigger one here and there. So on this side, I'm going to go ahead and kind of try something different. I'm going to go ahead and just kind of do some random dots to see how that comes out on this side. Again, if you change up the size of them, it makes it more interesting to look at.
Favorite workshop Wednesday so far?
I gotta think about the other workshop Wednesdays that I've done. Let me see. I like the one where we did a self-portrait. I like that one.
The character.
Yeah, was it? Yeah, it was a character one, and then we also it had to do with shapes. No,
Oh, mixed media.
mixed media. Yeah, mixed media character, character self-portrait. That one was real nice. I'm really enjoying this one as well because it's very different, and it's very suiting to the fall, right? Because we're in the fall. I wonder if y'all are enjoying the code. I actually went for a walk yesterday, and I've never gone for a walk, but because it was code, I kind of just wanted to feel the code a little bit. Okay, so that's more of a random design instead of it being kind of something that I kind of made sure to do, or more kind of rigid design. But yeah, just kind of play with different sizes and just put them anywhere you might like. Yeah, and I'm gonna try, thank you, maybe something like this on some of them. So there's many ways you can paint dots. Like that. Okay, and then I have another face over here. Maybe I can try something different. What I'm gonna do is use yellow. I haven't used this color yet. I'm gonna use yellow to make yellow dots, and then at first you might not be able to see them, but I'm gonna give them an outline at the end. Thank you. So yellow and orange are very close to each other in the color wheel. The color wheel kind of lets you know how similar color is to one another. And that is why yellow, when you put yellow and orange together, they kind of mix with each other. They kind of get lost. It doesn't really stand out. But again, I'm going to add some black in a bit to make it stand out more. And yellow is also very light, so yeah, sometimes it's very hard to put it over different colors because it's very light.
Sylvia just joining.
Hello, Sylvia. Okay, and then after I use the yellow, I'm gonna outline it. Paint's still wet, but again, because it's very light color, I can go over it pretty easily. Go. Okay, so I've made 3 different designs, and you can even make up your own. But I just wanted to show how different you can make them. Even though we're all painting dots, you can always kind of change it up just a little bit and make it your own design. Okay. Okay, so now I'm going to go back to this one that we made. I'm going to add some yellow to it as well. yeah, I did this with an example one that I made, but just kind of yellow dots in the middle. And you have to do it to all of them, but maybe the bigger ones. Just kind of do something like that. Again, if you didn't use orange, you can always use a different color. Or if you didn't have any orange. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to show you the designs that we've made. They're all similar in terms of them being dots, but besides that, they are pretty different. I did kind of mess some of them up because they are, again, it's very kind of messing around with it too much, so I got some of them in my fingers. But I made this one here where I made sure how to make lines out of the big ones. So the big ones are kind of in a file like this. And then the small ones are also in a file, going downwards. And then this one here was more of a random dot design. So I just put them randomly, and then I made some of them have an outline like that. And then for the final one, I used yellow. So I didn't use just black. I used yellow and black to make a design, and that was pretty much it. Again, make sure to cover the entire pumpkin. And yeah, to kind of change it up and add different colors to them as well. There's many ways that you can draw dots, even though dots are just circles. You can always make them different colors, different outlines, even different shapes, even though like dots are usually circles, but you can kind of make them oval. Maybe set them up in a different way where they make an image. You can do something like that. And yeah. Let's see.
We have Armani and Zendaya joining.
Hello. I guess if I still have time, I can maybe add some more. Is that fine? Okay. All right, so I'm going to try to make some kind of border through my designs here using a brush. So I'm going to divide this side and this side. And I guess I can always just kind of, let me try something. Gonna make a line. Oh yeah, so the marker, I forgot about that. So the permanent marker, I could have used that. The permanent marker is also here. The only thing is that you gotta make sure that it is dry before you use it, so that the pumpkin is dry before you're able to kind of mark on it. Because if it is wet, it's not gonna do anything. But I can use it right now because my orange is already dry. And then you can even go back and add some more dots with the Sharpie. And you can even get smaller ones. Yeah. Nice. You can add smaller dots. And then you have more control with these because it's basically a pencil or a pen. Paint is a bit more, I guess, harder to use. Now that I made a line, I'm just gonna draw some more dots on it. Let's see. I guess I'm gonna use the Q-tip again. Again, keeping with the theme of dots, so I didn't just want to abandon that. There we go. So I tried my best to separate the different designs. So I have this one here, and then separated by the line, and then separated by another one. So again, you all can just do one design throughout the whole thing, or you can do something like me and make different designs. I hope that you all are doing well, that you're doing well with your pumpkin, that your design's coming out the way you want it. You're not getting too messy, and that you're using the materials that we provided for you all. Okay, and before we go, I would like to remind you all about the giveaway that we're doing. So again, there's a bunch of baking materials and make like a waffle maker, a mini waffle maker, and some other things that you all would like. So make sure to comment down in the video, tag us in social media, and again, you were already entered, and take pictures, and tag us in social media. And you were already entered in the giveaway if you were able to get a kit. So one of these bags, one of these nice bags. So thank you all for joining. Again, this is going to be our last one for a while. We're not too sure. Hopefully we see you guys again soon. And thank you, and I hope you all are happy with your pumpkin.